What I found really interesting is that in like VTubing, I've noticed that even though you might like a particular VTuber from a particular company, I've realized that they've been like the groups have been really, really smart about getting you invested more so in the brand name as opposed to the talent, so that when you're like, oh, we don't want this talent anymore, it's like, all right, well, people will still want the brand, which is really impressive. And it's like, I think if idol companies had figured this out, this would be game over. The contracts would be like 100 to 0.
Well, I mean,
you pay us.
Well, I mean, Japan basically did that with the Johnny's group, which is like the biggest like idol, which is right now getting a lot of shit.
Well, isn't that the guy who was like sexually harassing Boiis?
Wait, what's this?
Yeah,
I haven't heard about this.
The guy who found it. Yeah, so I don't know the full story. I was gonna make a second channel video.
I think he made like Okay, this again. Like maybe you could pull up the fact.
Yeah, so Johnny's is basically the biggest idol agency in Japan.
For boys, predominantly.
For boys.
Right.
So like they produce like SMAP, Arashi, like pretty much like all the top fucking boy bands in Japan, which were fucking huge. And the guy who owned it, Johnny something, he's like a half Japanese guy. I think he died recently, and all these allegations came out about how he was just like horribly sexually abusive.
By the way, these allegations had been known publicly for like 20 plus years.
Yeah.
But you know, in Japan, a lot of the agencies have a shit ton of power over the media.
Yep.
Because you have a Saturday TV show that has variety. If you talk shit about any of our agency, you fucking goodbye talent.
Well, I mean, if you turn on Japanese TV at any time during the day, there is at least one Johnny's Idol member like hosting or co-hosting or being on one of these shows. Like they are everywhere on Japanese TV. Yeah. And so, like this fucking story came out. But like, you know, as you were saying with VTuber agencies, I feel Johnny's has done that where it's like, even if one group disappears or they disband or whatever, and a new group comes out, and you think to yourself, oh, this is just a new group, whatever. Mm-hmm. Oh, they're part of Johnny's though?
Yeah.
Okay, now I gotta fucking check it out, you know? And it's like, they've used the name Johnny's as like a brand power to be like, even if it's someone completely new, completely irrelevant to what you used to like, just based on their association with that agency, people are just instantly on that.
Yeah.
It's fucked. And that kind of power that he had allowed him to do heinous, very horrible things for decades.
Yeah.
Right.
You know.
And he got away with it because now he's dead.
Yeah. Even though it was publicly known that he was doing this before, and it was reported elsewhere, you know, it was never pushed in any of the news here. Again, because Japanese news is, from what I've seen, is very, you know, they don't report things negatively a lot about the government ever. Right. And let's say if there's a talent agency, again, if you're going to report negatively, you don't get any talent on your shows. Yeah. So
that story almost reminded me of that. What's that British?
I was going to say, this reminds me of Jimmy Savile.
Jimmy Savile.
Yeah.
It is literally like that.
Yeah, I was like, British so much better. We would never do that. That would never happen in England.
Like this has probably happened in many countries. Like you're so popular that you can get away with doing this heinous shit. Or you can just use your company's influence to bully other companies around and make them do what you want. And it's fucked up. But I mean, again, when we call this shit out in Japan or whatever, it's not that we're trying to be like, look at Japan, look at all the problems they have. It's like, no, obviously, fucking the UK is a fucking mess.
Yeah, it happens everywhere.
I just think it's important to point out and talk about it when you talk about the whole industry as a whole.
Yes, exactly. Of course. I mean, everyone knows that there are some dodgy shit going in the idol industry. Everyone knows that now.
It's like the worst kept secret in the idol like fucking companies. Like everyone knows that they're treated like shit.
Exactly. That's why we're all watching Oshinoko, right? Yeah.
They sell a dream, and that's why they
work. That's the thing.
They sell the dream.
No matter how much comes out, as long as you sell that dream, people are going to buy into it, you know?
See, that's why Idol Master was a 5-head move, because you can't abuse an anime character.
That was their way of being like, these pathetic human beings with their emotions are too unreliable. Yeah, we can milk them for money, but we should make AIs or fucking characters that have their own mind and will say what I want them to say and will promote anything I want them to promote. And then that way I don't have to worry about if
everyone wins.
If a person's okay with it, I'm gonna fucking do it.
That it is just a matter of time before that happens. Like the first AI idol group or the first AI VTuber group. You know, we've gotten to the point now. Did you hear about that influencer that made an AI version of themselves?
You mean Amaranth?
Amaranth, you mean?
Was it Amaranth?
Yeah, Amaranth.
There was she just announced it, but there was another streamer who was doing another OnlyFans person who was doing it.
Yeah.
Amaranth is coming out with her own like AI version of herself.
Yeah.
Would you imagine just jacking off to like an AI conversation? Just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, man.
Can you imagine like a Trash Taste one who's like, hey, you can have a conversation with the boys. Come drink with us, man.
Introducing Trash AI.
Could you imagine that? You're just like, hi Connor, pooping stinky. And it's like,
bread. It's like, are you eating crusts? Get those out of here. Get those out of here. But no, it's so weird seeing that you can just, I guess, sell your own image now, but just have an AI version that they can interact with. So you're not technically selling yourself, but you are kind of at the same time. How do you like morally draw the line, or where do you morally draw the line with that?
Well, that's the big topic, isn't it?
Yeah.
I guess with that argument, it's kind of up to the individual, really. And if they're comfortable doing it, then it's like, all right, well, fine then. But maybe no one will give a fuck.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, because it's so weird. Because like I've been on like YouTube Shorts like recently, and there have been some videos. It's getting scary to me now because there have been some videos where I think the voice is AI generated. Like there's
so many of them. There's so many.
So some of them are like super obvious. Like I'm hearing like a story of like 50 Cent about how he made like his first million or something, and like this sounds believable enough that maybe this could be a out of context clip. But this could also be an AI generated monologue as well. Oh my God. And I'm not sure which one it is. And the only way I check is I go in the comments and I'm like, oh, this is AI generated. I was like, okay, thank God. Something felt off about this and I wasn't sure if I was just overjudging.
Isn't it terrifying though that you had to ask other people to confirm that?
That's what's so scary to me.
And like, who knows? Like all those people in the comment section might also just be like, getting it wrong.
Yeah, exactly. It was a genuine, genuine so many times it's happened now where I'm like, I think this is AI, but it wouldn't surprise me if this was also real because I have no idea everything that Joe Rogan has talked about in his podcast. And I was just like, I'm just like, this is actually fucking terrifying because it's getting to the point now where I'm having to question whether some out of context clip is actually AI generated or is actually a real monologue that I'm hearing.
I think Philly D said it best where it was like, the AI you hear today is the worst it's ever going to be.
Yeah.
When it's like, that's fucking terrifying to think about. That like, we're talking about how good it's gotten over the past, like, even just year, and it's just gonna fucking...
Because do you know what terrifies me the most, right? I've had moments where I've heard an out-of-context clip from Trash Taste that has obviously been clipped by our fans.
Yeah.
And I've been like, I don't remember fucking saying this. And the proof is right there. The proof is in the video of me saying it. So obviously I said it on like a previous Trash Taste and I just blanked it out.
You have no idea why.
But if I don't remember what I'm saying now with real content, how the fuck am I going to be like
is that an AI issue or is that just a memory issue?
That is a memory issue and that is an AI issue that I'm calling out now because there might be an AI like generated voice line of me that I'm like, I don't remember saying that. But shit. Am I gaslighting myself? Am I getting gaslit by AI now?
I might have been dumb enough to say that.
I wouldn't put it out of the realm of possibility for me to actually say this. But I don't think I said it.
Oh my God. Like, don't do that.
Gaslighting us in
fucking hell.
Gaslighting us in fucking 2025 AI generated Trash Taste content, man.
I heard God said some real racist shit. Here's the context. And it's just like, I don't remember. No, that's not.
There are some things I know I wouldn't say, but if there was like a shitty food take, I'm like, I don't remember saying that.
But I did say
but maybe I did say that. You know? I couldn't put it past myself to say that.
Maybe I did say that semen tastes okay. I don't know. I might have said that.
But yeah, no, it's terrifying. But yeah, I mean, going back to the idol thing. saw them perform, and I was like, I don't get this. And then they ended it off with, I think, one of the most famous like AKB48 songs. I think what was it called again? Fucking Fortune Cookie or something like that. And,
I don't fucking know. I don't watch this shit.
Yeah.
Cookie,
And I was like, shit. Feel a bit of serotonin right now. Oh no!
What?
Honestly,
this is how it starts.
You say that you missed the whole Idol train. You're probably better off because I was in Japan when the Idol train was kicking off, and it was unfucking avoidable. Like it was goddamn everywhere to the point where I tricked myself into liking some songs.
Wait,
because that was the only way I could be like, I need this torture to end. I'm just gonna tell myself that this is a banger, and then after a while, I was like, this is unironically a banger. Fuck. Is that how they do it? Could you do that with any song? If you just hear it enough times, you could trick your brain into thinking, I used to hate this, but now it's kind of fire now.
Yeah, I don't know. Have you ever been to an Idol concert yourself?
No. You wouldn't catch me dead in one, but like, there's been so many, like, again, like Japan loves to do this thing where like if there's a song that's popping off at the moment, they're like, how many stores can we put it in?
Oh my god,
Yeah.
In Tokyo, even just in Tokyo.
Yeah.
To the point where it's like you could be walking just down the street in Shinjuku and you could hear the same song coming out of like 4 different stores at the same time. And it's just like, and that was like that with AKB when they first came out, like some of their like biggest hits. It was just like, okay, well, fuck.
Yeah, because
I can't go outside anymore.
I figured out the reason why hearing like Fortune Cookie like fired off some serotonin in my brain because I was like, I don't know, something about this feels homely, and I don't know why. And so I look it up, and it's got like fucking 200 million views.
Yeah.
The BNK48 has like 200 million views.
God damn!
Like, God fucking damn! What the hell?
Yo, BNK popping off.
Yeah, and Sydney told me, oh yeah. They play that all the time in like supermarkets in Thailand. I was like, no way, I would remember this. And she was like, no. How have you never? Every time we go to like a convenience store, in a 7-Eleven in Thailand, they play this.
Oh my god!
And I was like, did I just get gaslit into liking an Idol song? Like, is this?
It's just the soundtrack of your life.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ!
And I'm like, does subliminal messaging have this much power over me? I'm like, I guess I'm just another sheep following
classic sheep.
Yeah, classic sheep.
It's always the songs that are just like placed in the most discreet ways, right?
Right.
Where it's just like you don't even notice. You just like you listen. I've had so many moments where some person has like showed me a song where I've heard a song on like YouTube or something, right?
Yeah.
And in the back of my head, I'm like, this is definitely the first time I'm hearing this, but why do I think I've heard this before? And then I realize it's like, I've heard this song maybe like 50 times, just unknowingly.
Yeah.
It's just like, and then everything clicks together and you're just like, oh, fuck, that's how they do it. That's how they get them. That's how they just fucking do this.
Do you think that's where deja vu comes on? Comes
Yeah,
to
probably.
play? Like, it's just like, I've experienced this before, maybe in a dream or something, but it feels oddly familiar. And I don't know if it's got any scientific backing.
I'm sure there is.
Figured it out.
Didn't know Thailand was like that, man.
Yeah, I'm
disappointed.
I'm finding out new things as well. Yeah, I know.